Hey besties, so today I'm making my book review against The Heart by John Knox. And let me just say, this book put me through emotional damage. If you're into romance, slow burn, tension, and why are you crying at 2 a.m. vibes, then stay with me because we need to talk about this book. Let's go. So, this book, titled Against the Heart by Jonas, is a powerful and emotionally intense romance novel that explores the complexity of love, emotional trauma, personal growth, and the difficult choices of people make when their hearts and minds are in conflict. Known for her ability to write deeply moving love stories, Jonox once again delivers a novel that goes beyond kilig and romance, diving into the realities of pain, healing, and vulnerability. At the heart of the story is a female protagonist who carries deep emotional scars from her past. Because of the hurt she experienced, she has built strong emotional walls to protect herself from being hurt again. Love for her is no longer something she believes in easily. She has learned to survive by being independent, guarded, and emotional distant. Her character represents many people who have been broken by love and now choose to close their hearts and rather than risk another heartbreak. Wait lang. The male lead, on the other hand, is equally complicated. He is strong, dominant, and emotionally restrained, yet deeply wounded in his own way. Beneath his cold and tough exterior is a man who also fears attachment and emotional vulnerability. When their lives collide, their connection is immediate yet dangerous. Dangerous because both of them are fighting their feelings, afraid of what loving each other might cost them. What makes Against the Heart especially compelling is how Jonox built their relationship slowly and realistically. Their love story is not smooth or idealized, instead, it is filled with misunderstanding, emotional push and pull, jealousy, anger, and moments of painful silence. They are drawn to each other, yet they keep resisting what they feel. This is emotional tension creates a powerful slow burns romance that keeps readers invested from beginning to end. One of the novel's greatest strengths is its portrayals of emotional struggles and inner conflict. Jonax does not present love as a magical cure for trauma. Instead, she knows that love can bring out buried pain, trigger old wounds, and force people to confront parts of themselves they would rather ignore. The character must first face their own fears and unresolved issues before they truly love each other. The story also highlights important themes such as forgiveness, self growth, and the courage to love again. Both protagonists are forced to learn that loving is someone does not mean losing yourself or repeating the same mistakes of the past. They must learn to trust not only each other but also themselves. This message makes the novel more meaningful than a typical romance story. Jonak's writing style is another strong point of the book. Her prose is simple yet emotionally charged. She uses heartfelt dialogue, intense confrontations, and quiet emotional moments that stays with the reader long after finishing the book. Many of her lines feel raw and relatable, especially for readers who have experienced heartbreak, betrayal, or emotional abandonment. The pacing of the story is steady and deliberate. Rather than rushing the romance, Jonax allows the characters to grow slowly and naturally. This makes their emotional development feels realistic. Readers witness their gradual transformation from emotionally close individuals to people willing to take risks for love. The emotional build-up pays off in later parts of the novel, making the ending more satisfying and impactful. However, Against the Heart is not without its weaknesses. Some readers may find the emotional conflict repetitive as the character often run away from their feelings and make similar mistakes more than once. There are moments when the misunderstandings feels unnecessarily prolonged, Still, this flaw also adds realism to the story, as healing and emotional growth rarely happen in straight line. Another possible criticism is that the story can feel emotionally heavy, especially for readers who prefer light-hearted romance. The constant emotional tension, pain, and inner struggles may feel draining to some, but for readers who enjoyed intense, dramatic, and deeply emotional stories will be one of the novel's biggest strengths. Overall, Against the Heart is beautifully written and emotionally resonant romance novel that captures the painful, confusing, and hopeful side of love. It reminds reader that loving someone is never easy, especially when the past wounds still hurt. Yet it also shows that love, when chosen bravely and honestly, can become a powerful force for healing. This novel is not just about romance. It is about emotional survival, personal growth, and the courage to open one's heart again despite fear. It speaks to anyone who has ever loved, deeply hurt badly, and still hope for a second chance at happiness. Thank you.